What do I open? Wonders Lola, a little golden key forgotten in a drawer. Inside the drawer, everything was dark and smelled of old dust. That is where Lola lived, a small golden key shaped like a heart. For years, she had been sleeping among buttons, coins, and forgotten little things. And every day, she asked herself the same question: what lock do I open? Lola was a very old and very special key. She had tiny flowers drawn on her little heart face. She shone a little when a thin ray of light came in. But nobody remembered what she was for. Sometimes, Lola looked up at the thin ray of light. She dreamed of a secret door made just for her. Was it the door of a castle? Or a chest full of treasures? Lola did not know, but she wanted to find out. Other little old objects lived in the drawer. A thimble, 3 coins, and a red button. Do you know what I open? Lola would ask. But they did not know either. The drawer was in a wooden cabinet in a very quiet house. It was an old house with many doors and corners. Her lock had to be somewhere. Lola was sure her door existed somewhere. That is why Lola never lost hope. One day someone was going to open the drawer. One day someone was going to look for and find her lock. And at last she would know what her golden heart opened. Meanwhile, she waited patiently in the dark. The days went by and nobody used Lola. Nobody in the house knew what lock she opened. Lola tried to remember where she came from. Who had put her in that drawer? But her memories were blurry, like an old dream. She only felt that she had a very important job. Maybe I opened the door of a secret garden, she thought. Or a chest full of old letters. Every night she imagined a different lock. Dreaming about her door made Lola very happy. Sometimes she heard steps and voices in the house. Lola gave little hops inside the drawer. I am here. Try me, she said. But the drawer was closed and nobody could hear her. Dust slowly covered her golden body. A spider's web hung in a corner. Time went by slowly, very slowly. And Lola kept waiting for her big moment. A key without a lock feels a little lost. Lola wanted to be useful, to open something, to be good for something. What if I never find my door? She asked sadly. But soon she smiled again with hope. Then, one morning, everything changed. Quick and happy little steps were heard. A small hand came close to the cabinet. And the old drawer began to open little by little. The light came into the drawer all at once. A girl named Sara found Lola. Look, a little golden key, said Sara. Sara picked up Lola very carefully between her fingers. She lifted her up toward the window to see her better. What a beautiful and old key, she whispered. Lola shone happily, at last in someone's hands. I wonder what you open, said Sara, smiling. Lola gave a little hop of joy in her hand. That was exactly her question of always. At last someone wanted to find out her secret. Let's look for your lock together, said Sara. The girl and the key began a great adventure. They were going to try every door in the house. Which one would open with Lola? First, they went to the big front door. Sara put Lola into the lock carefully. She turned the key to the right and to the left. But the door did not open. It was not that one. It's okay, let's try another one, said Sara. Lola did not give up. There were still many locks. The house was big and had 1,000 corners. Her secret door had to be in one of them. Sara and Lola went up the wooden stairs. They looked for locks in every room. Drawers, doors, wardrobes, and little boxes. Which one of them would the little golden key open? Sara tried Lola in so many locks, but none of them opened. At last they went up to the attic, and there a little box with a heart-shaped lock was shining. First, they tried the wardrobe in the bedroom. Sara put Lola into the wooden lock. Click, click, but the door did not turn. It wasn't this one either, said Sara. Then they tried an old wall clock. It had a very small golden lock. Lola went in, but she could not turn even a little. The clock kept going tick-tock, tick-tock. Then they found a chest under the bed. I'm sure it's this one, said Sara, very excited. But the key did not open the chest either. Lola was starting to feel a little sad. They tried the garden door and a jewelry box. They tried and tried, but nothing opened. What if I don't open any lock, thought Lola. Sara hugged her and said, "Don't give up, let's keep looking." Suddenly, Sara looked up at the hallway ceiling. Up there was a little wooden door. The attic. "We haven't looked there yet," she shouted. They went up a very, very tall ladder. The attic was full of dust and rays of sunlight. And there, on top of an old trunk, was a little wooden box. It had a golden lock shaped like a heart. Lola trembled. That lock felt very familiar. Sara brought the key close to the heart-shaped lock. She turned it slowly and then, click. The little box opened. It was an old music box. A soft and pretty melody came out of the box. Ding, 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 an old song was playing. Inside, a little paper ballerina was spinning. Sara and Lola listened with their mouths open. Inside the box there was a very old photograph. It was a smiling grandmother with a little girl. "It's my grandma when she was little," said Sara, deeply moved. And next to the photo there was a folded note. The note said, "For whoever finds my golden key. This box keeps the song I love the most. Take care of it and remember me with a smile." Sara hugged the little box against her heart. At last Lola understood her great secret. She was the key of Sara's grandmother. For years she had kept that precious melody. She did not open a treasure of gold, but something much better. Lola shone brighter than ever, happy and proud. At last she knew what her golden heart opened. She opened memories, music, and a lot of love. The long wait in the drawer was finally worth it. From that day on, Sara and Lola were inseparable. Sometimes, the most beautiful thing is kept away and only waits for the right key. And you, what would you like to open with a magic key? Tell me down below.